I don't feel we can do any better this morning than to reflect on some Bible verses to support our thoughts. We've just sung about our hope being built on the rock of Jesus, and Jesus being our rock in times of trouble. Ephesians 2 verse 20 tells us to build ourselves on the foundation of the apostles and prophets, with Christ Jesus himself as the cornerstone. And Luke 6 verse 48 follows this up by saying that a wise person is like a man which builds his house. He digs deep and lays his foundation on a rock. And when the flood rose and the stream beat fiercely upon that house, it could not shake it, for it was founded upon a rock. As we apply these thoughts to our lives, think about the roots of our faith. Psalm 1 verse 3 says, "And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth his fruit in season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper." In Colossians 1 verses 22 and 23 we read, "But now he, that is God, has reconciled you by Christ's physical body through death, to present you holy, unblemished, and blameless in his presence." If you continue in the faith, grounded and settled, be not moved away from the hope of the gospel which you have heard, and which was preached to every creature which is under heaven. Let your roots grow down into him, and let your lives be built on him. Then your faith will grow strong in the truth you were taught, and you will overflow with thankfulness.
I used to have lots of conversations with Edwin Passmore, who was Lorraine's neighbour, quite often on the subject of watering of the beans. I used to say they needed to be watered regularly, but Edwin would insist that the beans needed to send their roots down deep to find their own water, which would make them into stronger plants. We need the roots of our lives to be deeply grounded in God's love, reading of the Bible, and constantly talking to Jesus. Feeds and waters our souls, making our spiritual lives healthy. Let's consider the depth of God's love for us and the depth of our love for him as we sing how deep the Father's love for us.